Good morning. I wanted to show you how pleasant and nice it was out here in this gorgeous spring morning we have. Thankfully, it's not too bright. I haven't even had to put my blast shield down yet today. Wonderful walk so far. I've been out here for quite some time thinking about what to talk about. And I want to talk about Arania and Afriform down in South Africa, and why I think that is a workable model for the things that those of us of positive mind can try to build here in different places in America. I think that for those of us who care about folk and family and tradition and safeguarding the things that we love, there are different camps out there that say that they want to build a future for us. You have your Richard Spencer types that want their big Aryan superstate, which is basically the same cancer we have now, but they just hate Jews and gays, which I don't care for that. Then you've got people that are of a more ethno-nationalist bent, people that want some kind of uprising and takeover, a populist, call it counter-revolution or something. Your Patriot Fronts, your NJPs, that kind of thing. They don't want more of the same. They want something new, but they still want these big things. Big things. I think that those are not going to happen. Now, again, I've met some guys from NJP and Patriot Front. I don't think that they're bad people. I think that they're chasing something that the anti-white oligarchs want us to chase. I think they want us to crave violence and populism and nationalism and fighting each other and killing each other. That always benefits them. So why do I bring up Afriform so often? Well, because I talked to Ernst Van Zyl. I like him. I talked to a couple other guys who lived in or still live in South Africa. And Afriform is doing it right, in my opinion. South Africa has had it way worse than the United States for years. It's miserable there. And Afriform has only been around for like 20 years. They've got thousands and thousands of members that work on community building, that police their own community, that network people together, that safeguard families, that are preparing for the future, working together. And they have an entire front of people that work in civics, fighting against laws, both big state or country level and local, to do what's right, to help people, to help their people. So I think that is a more realistic view of what we could build that would function in these United States. Because let's be honest, these United States ain't these United States anymore. It ain't what we were told when we were kids. Everything that we know about our national identity is basically just, it's a mix of state versus state anti-whiteism and a bunch of lies that we've been fed for just jingoistic war propaganda. And that hurts, because at heart, I'm a nationalist, man. Like that's how my heart beats. I want to be a warrior for my people and fight battles and shit. Maybe that's because I'm more Scottish blood than anything else, or maybe that's just because I grew up on American propaganda. I don't know. But it hurts because now that I'm older and I see all these things that are lies and see how I've been manipulated all these years, I wonder how much of that is even natural, is even real anymore. But what I do know is real is my folk and my traditions here in Appalachia. And I love these people, and I love being one of them. I know that I'm a hillbilly from East Tennessee. I know that. Ain't nothing going to change that. But people are sure trying. They don't want us to be hillbillies no more. Maybe you're Burkino, right? And you live in Albuquerque. Well, they don't want you to be Burkino anymore. Maybe you're, I can't even do the accent right because I ain't from up there, but if you're one of these high-pitched voice, twangy people from Maine, right? And maybe you live near that lefty fart bag Stephen King up there in Maine, right? They don't want you to be that anymore. They want us to be eroded. They don't want us to have the traditions and the kin and the families and the ways that we've had for years. They want all that scrubbed and gone, and they're doing a pretty damn good job of making that real. So to counter that, we need to safeguard that. Folk, tradition, culture, that kind of thing. And I think that no matter what happens, no matter how bad economic depression gets, no matter how bad wartime gets, we have seen our people survive through horrific world wars, plagues, all kinds of stuff. Folk on folk combats. We've seen our people survive and thrive through really dark times. And I think that we're going to thrive again. And I think that the best thing we can do is to organize and network together like Afroforum. So what is Afroforum? What does it do exactly? Let's stop and take a look here. I usually don't walk over here because I live back over there over this hill. And this is just a long, boring, flat stretch with not much to see, especially because they tore down the old shrub row that used to be there. So let's go ahead and walk back through Sleepy Hollow. That'll be more fun to look at, I guess. Anyway, the reason why I say we should organize like Afroforum, it starts with a few people in one area, which is what I'm trying to get my cousins and the few people I know to get off their ass and do here. You start networking with people locally to do positive things, fixing fences, helping people with their barns, helping people repair things that need to be repaired, doing community service willingly and happily. And you start engaging with folks around you. And around that, you build connections, you build strength, you build an ethnic identity that can't be taken away from you. And the people you build with, they will attract others of like mind. And then you network from there. And you start building real personal communications, real personal growth. That is what is required to survive this identity-destroying storm that's sweeping through everywhere we live right now. And over time, if we are successful, we could have several Afroforums, so to speak, across all of our regions. You know, East Tennessee, Appalachia. Maybe that extends up to Kentucky and West Virginia too. Who knows? And then you could have one in the Southwest for the desert people. You could have for our New England boat people. You could have you know, their own little type of network and protectorate that helps, you know, safeguard families and fight legal battles on a local level and make sure people have the tools and shit they need for farming and fishing and things. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I want to build this. I want to make this here where I live because I love where I live. I love the people here. And they have it so damn good. Most people here aren't motivated to do anything to try to preserve it. They're still living great here because the anti-white cancer has not really settled in here. Like, almost none. And I just think people don't realize how easily that could all change, how quickly it can be taken away. And I wish I could build something like Afroforum here, and I'm trying. But I encourage you to learn from Ernst Van Zyl, learn from Afroforum, how we can organize, what we can do and say. I did a great stream with Ernst where we talked about getting started for organizing and networking. I'll drop the link in the description and put it in the pinned comment. Definitely check him out and read about Afroforum. Read about what they've done in the last 10 or 15 years. Read about the legal battles that they've won. Read about the things that they have changed. Because just like the Go Free team has forced things to be changed, pictures on articles, material getting pulled out of schools for being anti-white, Afroforum has successes like that too. They don't just network people together. They fight on the civics front, the legal social front of protecting their people in South Africa. And I think that that's a good model for us, is what I'm saying. So I'll leave that there for now. It's a beautiful morning, and I'm going to walk another 20 or 30 minutes because I'm just having a great morning. So we're going to wrap it up there. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you next Monday night for Discordant Dragons. And just love yourself and love your kin. Love your people. It's all you're going to have in the end. God bless.